hello from Source Point. This is the second Mini-Mind Aerobics. My name is Joan Pierce. I'm the Arts and Education Manager at Source Point. Are you ready to think? Grab your paper and pen. These will be some short mind challenges to keep you connected, thinking, and smiling a bit too. So here we go. A mind once stretched by a new idea never regains its original dimensions. Let's continue to use, stretch, and challenge your mind. Always be prepared to be amazed by what you can do. We're going to start out today with tri-bond. I will give you 3 clues for each question. You guess the common thing that the 3 clues have. For example, incisor, molar, and bicuspid are 3 clues. The answer is teeth. There will be 5 questions in this first segment. So here are your 3 clues for question number 1. Bomber, smoking, leather. So your 3 clues for number 1 are bomber, smoking, and leather. Write down what those have in common. Question number 2, your 3 clues are cocktail, sun, S-U-N, gown, G-O-W-N. So your 3 clues for number 2 are cocktail, sun, and gown. Feel free to pause this if you want to think. Number 3. Your 3 clues are French, butterfly, Eskimo. So for number 3, your clues are French, butterfly, Eskimo. Number 4. Your 3 clues are gardening, rubber, baseball. Number 4, your 3 clues are gardening, rubber, baseball. This is the last one for this segment. Number 5, your 3 clues are tidal, T-I-D-A-L, white cap, tsunami. For those of you that like to get extra bonus points, if you spell tsunami right. So number 5, again, your 3 clues were tidal, white cap, tsunami. If you'd like to pause it at home and go back, we're going to give the answers next. So we're going to go backwards so that you are paying attention in a different manner. So number 5, the answer is waves. They're waves. Tidal waves, white cap waves, tsunami waves. Number 4, your answer is they're all gloves. Gardening gloves, rubber gloves, and baseball gloves. Number 3, these are all kisses. French kiss, butterfly kiss, Eskimo kiss. Number 2, dresses is the answer. Cocktail dress, sun dress, and a gown is a dress. Number 1, the last one in this segment, these are all jackets. So a bomber jacket, a smoking jacket, and a leather jacket. So I hope you did really great with tri-bond. Next, we're going to move on to U.S. presidents. I will give you clues about one president. You will have 6 questions in this segment. Question number 1. Which president could play the piano, violin, clarinet, saxophone, an accordion, and performed a song he wrote on the Jack Paar program. A hint here is think of the time period of the Jack Paar show. Number 2, which U.S. president is this? This president holds the title of General of the Armies of the United States, which was given to him posthumously, so that no other member of the military could outrank him. He is the only 6-star general. Who is he for number 2? Number 3. This president enjoyed crossword puzzles so much that he wrote the clues for a New York Times puzzle in 2017. Which U.S. president is that? Number 4. Who is the only president to have ever run a marathon? The hint on this one is it wasn't during his presidency. It was before his governorship. Number 5. This president turned down playing football professionally and instead was a coach at Yale because he wanted to attend the law school there. What U.S. president is this? Last one, number 6 in this segment. This U.S. president had 2 dog celebrities named him and her, featured in a Life magazine story in 1964. Who is it? So this time we're going to go in order. I hope you got all of these answers correct, and if not, maybe you learned something for the day. Which president could play all of those instruments and even played the song on the Jack Paar program? The answer is in 1961, Richard Nixon performed a song he wrote on the Jack Paar program. Number 2, who is that only 6-star general? It is George Washington. Number 3, the question was, who wrote a crossword puzzle? The answer is Bill Clinton. Number 4, the question was, who ran a marathon? The answer is George W. Bush ran the Houston Marathon 2 years before he became governor in 1993. 2 more to go. Number 5, the answer, Gerald Ford turned down playing professional football so that he could coach at Yale. Number 6, Lyndon B. Johnson had beagles named him and her. This next one is Ohio trivia. So I will put on my official Ohio glasses so that I can read this better. And you are going to have 5 Ohio State questions. Let's see how well we do with these. Question number 1. What is Ohio's state beverage? And the answer is not beer, which I always get. What is Ohio's state beverage? Number 2. Always feel free to put this on pause. On the Great Seal of Ohio, how many arrows are in the bundle? And for part 2 of that question, why are there that many arrows in the bundle? Number 3 for your Ohio State question, what is Ohio's state bird? Number 3, what is Ohio's state bird? Number 4, not only do we have a state bird, but we have an official state animal. And we have lots of these in OHIO. So number 4, what became the official animal of Ohio in 1988? The last question for this series, number 5. What became the official state gemstone in 1965? What is the official Ohio state gemstone? So this time I'm going to go out of order with the answer. So number 2, on the Great Seal of Ohio, there are 17 arrows. The 17 arrows represent Ohio being the 17th state admitted to the Union. Number 1, the answer is tomato juice. Tomato juice is Ohio's state beverage. Number 5, a lot of you think that Ohio flint is not very pretty, but when polished it can have lots of colors. So the official state gemstone on number 5 is Ohio flint. Number 3, Ohio's state bird is the cardinal. And last but not least, number 4, the official animal of Ohio is the white-tailed deer. I know some of you did spectacularly out there, so congratulations. And if you didn't, you learned some new things today. You're stretching your mind. I take off my Ohio glasses. We're going to move on to problem solving. I hear the groans out there, but we are going to use your mind. Problem solving involves numbers as answers to get to the next step. There are 4 parts to this question. After you write down your first answer, I will ask you to add or to subtract the next answer. After the 4th part of the question, I will give you time. Then I will step by step go over the answer. Good luck. Please write down the number of Great Lakes on your paper. The number of Great Lakes. To that number, you're going to add the number of the colors in the official rainbow, often remembered by the acronym Roy G. Biv. So you're going to add the total number of official colors of the rainbow to the numbers of the Great Lakes. To that number, you're going to add the number of items associated with a baker's dozen. Add the number of items associated with a baker's dozen. From that number, subtract the number of vowels in the word sequoia. So you have to know how to spell the word sequoia. But in Mind Aerobics, we learned that that's a very special word. So subtract the number of vowels in the word sequoia. So I hope you did well with that. We're going to go over the answer. So the first question I asked you was the number of Great Lakes, and you would have answered 5. To that number you added 7. All you had to do was count up ROYGBIV to get 7. So now we're at the number 12. Then I asked you to add the number of items associated with a baker's dozen, which is 13. So 12 plus 13 is 25. And then I asked you to subtract the number of vowels in the word sequoia. Sequoia is spelled S-E-Q-U-O-I-A. So your answer would have been 5. So 25 minus 5, your answer should be 20. So all of the vowels except for Y are in the word sequoia. Final section of Mind Aerobics for today. There are 5 questions. All of your answers are going to end in IST. For example, antagonist. So I'm going to give you clues, and you are going to write down your answers for these 5 questions, and they are going to end in IST. Number 1, sells flowers. Number 1, sells flowers. So your answer will have IST at the end. Number 2, starts fires. Number 2, starts fires. Your answer will also end in IST. Number 3, studies the earth. Studies the earth. Number 4, this IST person puts someone into a trance. And finally, number 5, your last question, sees things in a negative light. This person also ends in IST. So number 1 was sells flowers. Number 2, starts fires. Number 3, studies the earth. Number 4, puts someone into a trance. Number 5, sees things in a negative light. This is a new one for us, so I'm hoping that you got these right. Number 1, a florist sells flowers. Number 2, an arsonist starts fires. Number 3, a geologist studies the earth. Number 4, a hypnotist puts someone into a trance. And number 5, a pessimist sees things in a negative light. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed that section. Here's your joke for the day. A pastor decided to skip church one Sunday morning and play golf. He told his assistant that he wasn't feeling well. He drove to a neighboring city so that no one would know him. He teed off on the first hole. A huge burst of wind caught his ball and dropped it in for a hole-in-one. An angel said to God, "Why did you do that?" God smiled and said, "Who's he gonna tell?" Here is your weekly challenge. I do miss y'all laughing out there. The weekly challenge is I would like you to write down 50 things that you are grateful for. This will change the focus of your brain from what you do have to what you don't have. So your challenge is to write down 50 things that you are grateful for. The second challenge is to remember these 5 things. I don't have my box today, but here we go. And then last time I asked you to remember things without writing them down, so I hope you did. We had 5 things that we were trying to remember until this time. And the first item was a purple paper clip. So hope you remembered with alliteration, purple paper clip. Next we had an empty toilet paper roll. Then we had a number 2 pencil. We had a brown shell. And a yellow highlighter. So I hope you remember.